Okay, so this is YouTube video number 1, and it's called How to Change Your Life in the Last 4 Months of the Year. So currently I work at a warehouse, but I've always had a strong desire to change my life. And so I'm going to be documenting this journey and posting it on YouTube, and that way I have a place to look back on as I make milestones. Okay, so how to change your life in 7 steps. And we're going to prove if these steps work as we go through it together. So step 1, be honest about, I wrote it down, so I'm going to be reading from the book. That way it's very structured and we can follow along. Step 1, be honest about your habits, positive and negative. Honestly, this was important for me, or has been important for me, because I feel like in the past I very much was like, I very much based my value on my potential. I was attached to what I knew I was capable of, and so that held me back from doing things in the moment that I felt them or that I understood that I should. So you got to be very, very honest about your habits, positive and negative. Be honest about your negative habits, because that'll show you where you're at, and be honest about your positive habits, because that'll show you where you can build from, and getting to a place where you can harmonize those together, and that way you can grow. But being honest about things is very, very important. Number 2, what kind of decisions is the person you want to be make, and where does that differ from the decisions you make today? So this one's important as well, because I feel like very much times like we have this belief of like, oh, this person does this and this and this and they do that and they have a perfect life or they make the best decisions. And I feel like sometimes it very much comes down to just like, what kind of habits does this person make, and being honest about what decisions that you make that differ from that, and then building up that muscle towards the habits which you want to acquire. So for example, you want to be fit and active. Well, the person you want to look like may work out 5 days a week, but the person that you are right now can't handle working out 5 days a week, or you don't have the mindset to commit to that. You might, but it's rare, right? So it starts with building that muscle. So okay, I'm not going to aim for 5 workouts a week, but I am going to start with 1. And you might find 1 really helps, so you start liking it. Okay, bet I'm going to add 1 more, I'm at 2. And from there you can slowly build up your habits, and that same concept works with everything in your life. So there's always things that you can work on. Everything's a muscle, and just like the muscles in your body, they need training, they need practice, they need to be used in order to grow and to become to reach a level at which you think is desirable for you, right? All right, number 3, start writing. Writing will be your documentation and your proof record, and records keep you accountable. So records keep you accountable. When you write something down, when you have goals set, they go into your mind, and at times and intervals you're going to think about those goals and those things that you've set for yourself, and there's going to be a feeling, maybe guilt, maybe shame around those things that are going to push you towards creating the you that reaches those goals. So writing things down keeps you accountable, because once you write it down, it's something that you're going to be seeing, it's in your face, and it's going to be like someone checking you, right? Like your goals are going to check you every time you look at them. So write things down, and having that record too is great for your story. Sometimes you don't realize the miles and the goals you've achieved because you're in it. So as you're in it, it's very hard to see where you come from. But sometimes when you take that step back, you go back to your notes, your mindset at the time, the things that you thought about. It's going to be very, very valuable for feeling proud of yourself, and taking pride in like your journey. A lot of the times people, when they're achieving something and they're in the path and they're in the journey, they're not really taking the time to appreciate it, or appreciate the changes they're making, or how they're loving themselves now. So I think it's very important to document that and just learn to love yourself through the journey, and not just waiting to love yourself for who you'll be when you reach it. Okay, number 4, learn a skill and be intentional about it. It's not what you know that creates wealth. It's what you don't know about what you know that is in the way. So what that means, pretty much we all have skills, we all practice something. They always say like when you practice something, or 10,000 hours will make you a master. So if you look at the life, depending on your age, you've already spent 10,000 hours doing something multiple times. In those things, you've mastered them, whether that's a positive habit or a negative habit, right? And that's positive and negative is all dependent on your viewpoint of what you believe you require and need, right? It's subjective. And so we all have skills that we can capitalize on, or we have skills that we want to build. So when we get to that place where we can then be intentional about the skill we want to build on or acquire, we can start doing the work and working towards that which will bring you those skills. So for example, me, a bit over a year ago, I've been trying to get into tech or break into tech, and a year ago or so I applied to tuition sponsored program, Ontario government program for people of color, and it's a tech boot camp, fully paid for, and the chance to win a internship at the end. So I forgot about this, and I've been like studying the CompTIA in between and doing all that, and then they messaged me and they're like, hey, you actually got in. Like, so I've been doing that for the past, since June 2024 it started, and so I'm building the skill now to then break into the market of tech, which will increase my income and give me the ability to, who knows from there, right? I don't actually know yet. I'm not there yet, but right now I am in the path of building the skill. And so find a skill that you think will bring you wealth, build it, and figure out how you can solve a problem for people, right? Like, where is there a need for the skills that you have? All right, number 5, get active. Creative thought and the ability to think starts with good blood flow. You can obviously achieve goals while not being active, but I promise you it is easier to achieve goals when you are in a state of activity. Being active not only helps your blood flow, but it increases your confidence. It changes how you see and feel about yourself and your capabilities. So I think it's very important to just get active and get out there and find a hobby and a skill that is keeping you in shape, because you want longevity, right? You're not making money. You're not doing all these things to be sick. You're doing all these things to enjoy your life. So get active, get a hobby. 6, just start. This is the video that I'm starting, and I have no idea what it will result in. I needed to get started, and just like I needed to get started, you need to get started, and that's why you're here watching this with me. So like, yeah, get started, whatever that is. For me, I want to be a YouTuber, right? I want to be a YouTuber at the same time that I want to have businesses. I want to be able to document my journey and help others who are in the same position as me, and have an impact in that sense, right? Because like, we all have different lives, but at the same time we all have similar aspects to our lives. So where I'm at, someone else is, and by me sharing, I do believe that can help someone else. So just start. And 7, I think this one is super underrated, but extremely important, because this has been something that I've incorporated into my life this past summer of 2024, and it's honestly had such an impact in how I see myself, how I view myself, and it's probably a big part of the reason why I'm here making this video today. So 7 is create a routine that helps you increase confidence and attractiveness. So say, for example, like getting on camera. Say that your dream is to be a YouTuber as well and get on camera. Well, it is so much easier to get on camera when you feel like you look good, or when you like the way that you've taken care of yourself. It's easier to show up that way and be public. So I think getting a routine that helps you feel attractive and more confident is important. So whether that's increasing your water intake, including more whole foods into your diet to make yourself feel better and also help your appearance. Herbs, adding teas and tinctures, a good skincare routine, washing your face, having a good like morning and night routine. What else? Like the earlier point, number 5, getting active, reading. Those are all part of a routine to make you more attractive, right? So for me personally, I chose my routine based off of mind, body, soul, spirit. So I think it's important to choose a routine or a habit for your mind, a routine and habit for your body. So physically, a routine and habit for your soul. So like reading or connecting with God, you know, things of that nature. And one for your spirit. So that's getting up. For me, that's getting outside in nature. That's touching some grass. That's just connecting with the breath, right? Because spirit is, for me, spirit means breath. So just connecting as well, taking time to just, you know, yeah, like I said, touch grass. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you stuck to the end, I really appreciate you. If you didn't, I really appreciate you. This is just the beginning of the journey. So 1 down, 99 more to go, because we're going for 100 videos. So it's a 2-year journey we're on, and we're going to see where it takes us.